NBA will be rolling in dough after finalizing their new TV deals, with reports saying the league will partner with Disney, NBC Sports, and Amazon on an 11-year, $76 billion deal. So once the direct deposit hits, the league will be looking towards expansion. Before Game 2 of the NBA Finals, Adam Silver pulled up to the Celtics pregame show and gave some hints on which cities the league is targeting.
Well, there's been some discussion about going back to Seattle potentially. Las Vegas, no doubt, is very interested in the team. Mexico City one day. But there's lots of other U.S. cities and Canadian cities, frankly, that have reached out to us to tell us they'd be interested.
Right on.
That's too much.
Mexico City too much, Kate?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so basically, Vegas and possibly Seattle.
But how? Who do you move out of the West?
I said the Grizzlies would be the easy.
But you got to move another one. You're adding two teams.
I think if you move the Grizzlies,
it's 30 teams.
But it turns to 32.
32 teams.
So if you move the Grizzlies down at 16 in the East, I believe 16, unless my math is janky.
Well, how you add?
No, 15. Yeah.
Because you add two. So you got the 32 right now.
Yeah, so you just move
32,
one.
you just move one over, so you add that up, right? Yeah, but damn. Move them to the East.
Which I think is the most logical.
That's the only logical thing.
Or Pelicans, I mean, if you want to
put them back.
Because
they start in the East, right?
More far.
Yeah, Memphis is deep.
Perfect for them.
Memphis has no business being in the Western Conference.
Not at all.
Because they were Vancouver first, though. That's why it was on the West. Always.
Yeah, they was in the West and that shit.
Shout out to
you
the
said
Vancouver.
they talking about another Canadian team? Like, ooh.
Which one? Because Vancouver Vancouver was too far, right?
So about Seattle.
About
Seattle and Portland.
Mm-hmm. So when you guys go to Toronto, I've always wondered, what is that experience like dealing with customs and all
Terrible.
that? Can you bring the medicinal?
I don't even.
No, you can't even bring your toiletry bag back through the airport after the game because we got to go through the airport after the game and go through security. You can't even bring your fucking toiletry bag in like you a fucking civilian.
I take all that shit.
Right.
Like you throw that shit away.
And remember, we're coming from the game. We're coming from the game. We're coming from the game, so our toiletry where we took showers with is with us.
So you got to get a whole new.
No, we just got to see our strength and condition, dude. We just like Sparky, our equipment guy, he get one bag, he pack it with all his other stuff and put it on the. But other than that,
under the joint, yeah.
It's okay. It's just every time, bro. And the Raptors got to go through that shit every time they leave.
Yeah.
They got to go through customs each, and that shit is whack, man.
Regular customs, special customs for NBA players?
It's special, but it's still tedious.
They jamming you up?
If you got some issues.
If you're used, yeah. Oh yeah,
if you got charges or something pending.
Yeah, sit you in that room.
The bus gonna leave you.
They'll sit you in that room.
Yeah, they gonna sit you in that room. The bus gonna leave you.
Where you just sitting there like, what the fuck is this
the
about
bus
to do?
gonna leave. They gonna, you already know what it is too. So and we already know who got issues. So
we are.
Man, we not finna
avoid the issue every day. Yeah.
Did you ever have guys skip that trip to avoid those issues?
Motherfuckers, yeah. Right. I mean, some. But
I've always been curious.
But like if we come in at a certain time, we know I was one of them.
Yeah, you
know, after the it was
like I had a couple teammates. I ain't
gonna. We been sitting there like, man, we going to Toronto. Come on, man, my ankle hurt, coach. Yeah. My shit hurt, man. I ain't trying to go through that bullshit.
That's special.
We got there at 5 o'clock, and I'm still there at 2 a.m. Like, nah.
So there was a rumor had like dude played for the Nets. Went knowing he had his situation. They landed back. So they had folks waiting on him. Like.
Come on over here.
Plane pull up. Hey, don't nobody get off the plane.
We've been looking for you.
Yeah, that's.
We've been looking for you.
Worse. But we know who all had issues, and some people might take longer than others.
Yeah.
If it's a pending charge, the bus gonna leave you. Yep. Yeah, they gotta figure this out. If it's something that you've been already convicted or you already gotta, they couldn't take you back there while probably. Smart teams, like smart security dudes do, they'll pull you first, right? Mm-hmm. Take you back because they know it's gonna take a little longer. So by everybody get done, then you're done.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what smart ones do.
Gil front of the plane.
Gil, come on, you already, come on, man.
Yeah.
As soon as we land.
Like you're going to the principal's office. yeah.
Pull somebody back there who you don't know got some shit going on. Like, what the fuck he do?
Yeah, you be sitting there. Who the fuck
hell he didn't do. Like.
Got me on tape.
Oh, that's the worst. No.
Still in boxes.
But once we get to Toronto, cool.
Fun city. I heard Vince Carter introduced bottle service to Toronto.
But they said one day, so that might be there might be 2 more teams added.
Customs.
Mexico
it's
City
custom
is a no-go, man.
They down to decapitate people.
Chihuahua, Mexico, man. I played in Chihuahua, Mexico.
That was the name of it?
Chihuahua, Mexico. That's where Eddie Nahara from.
Nigga, that's where the cartel and them is at.
Yeah, that's where Nahara
What you
from.
mean? Huh?
Yeah.
Mexico?
So,
Different rules.
Oh, no.
so I had
Not
a
playing no games with them.
close
No
friend
home
of
court
mine,
advantage. And
close friend of mine. Same down there playing one of the teams. I'm talking to him while he down there and said, man, I ain't been paid in a couple months. And me being the asshole I am, I said, shit, I bet you won't ask him for it.
did you see the friend again?
Yeah. I tell you, nigga, you bet you won't ask him for it, nigga. You got two choices. Ask him for it or leave.
Yep.
Took the latter. Like, absolutely, get your ass out of there, nigga, for, hey.
I've been out of there a week late with my check. I'm out. You
What?
seeing another practice or a game out of me?
And I'm not gonna ask you for it.
Shit.
But if you demand that I play, I will play.
That check better be real.
Senor, you get your ass out
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Senor, what did you
Go get some bucket.
See, you're a McCants. Come on.
you see this thing I got on me right here?
hey, he gonna be calling sister. Hey, listen.
I ain't cemetery there today, but they about to put me in a grave box. They about to bury me
Stay on the phone.
put a
Stay on the
leg in.
phone with me.
Record this.
Watch my game.
Put a leg in.
No, thank
For
you.
sure.
So we heard Adam Silver, Seattle, Las Vegas seem like the likely destinations, but in your guys' opinion, which city is the most deserving of an expansion team?
Seattle, man.
Did you guys have fun playing in Seattle? Great city. My dad worked for the Sonics for a number of years.
Best
Loved the
work
people
I
out
ever
there.
had.
Seattle. I remember Seattle. Yeah.
No, Seattle,
Everything
they
always
support,
comes
man.
back to the work.
The fan base
The
up that
fan base
joint,
is crazy.
that they deserve another team.
Yeah,
They
the fan
they
base-
shouldn't have took them people team. Bro.
Yeah, that Seattle was.
Yeah, they shouldn't have. Yeah, they
I
shouldn't
got
have did
double
that.
teamed and triple teamed off the court like no other. Boy, ain't nothing like that. The Seattle work, boy.
But it's big cities. It's big
Summertime.
cities. Like Baltimore.
What
Too
they
close to
support.
DC, though?
Too close to DC. So where they support?
Baltimore, fine city. Shout out to Wire.
Tampa,
I mean, but that's what I said. But football, Ravens and
Tampa?
Ravens and what's it? They got they
Redskins,
They got their
football.
own. Yeah, right. They got their own. Like Baltimore, they got their
How about
basketball.
Tampa? How about Tampa?
And
How about Tampa?
Tampa,
And football.
football.
Tampa got football, baseball,
I just be
hockey.
like-
They got hockey too.
But Vegas is the ideal financially because it's considered a big
Yeah.
city just for
you always got an influx of people out there.
advertising and you know
They
you're
gonna
talking
support.
about like
they them people go support. They
The biggest
they
tourist
thrive for
attraction
sports
in
out there.
America. It's
Listen,
our biggest tourist attraction
Yes,
outside of
See
New
what
York.
the Aces are doing out
and
there.
people thrive for sports out there. The Raiders doing well. The Knights, the Las Vegas Knights.
And they got
doing
no
well.
basketball visibility.
Right?
UNLV,
UNLV was the biggest thing. So
Do you
we
think
seen.
The Oakland A's, I believe, will be there.
do you think another
Smart.
like how about a team in like San Diego for basketball?
I just don't know if San Diego is a big enough market to sustain.
they just lost
California has
beautiful
too many-
city.
Too many.
Shout out SeaWorld.
They just lost-
But they can go back. One can go back to Oakland.
ain't nobody. They don't support.
Oakland,
They said they're going bankrupt.
Yeah, it's bad out there.
Hey, nigga, they listen.
the city. Oh,
Dog, you remember all that, like, when we used to leave the arena, that in and out, all that shit that was around there? That shit closed, dog.
It's
All
bad,
that
dog.
shit is closed.
Yeah, it's bad.
Dude, that shit, the city's going bankrupt, bruh.
They still in fire hydrants.
Yo, it's bad out that bitch, bruh.
What you gonna get for a fire hydrant?
Oh, it's.
What you gonna get for a fire hydrant?
Hey,
Hey, listen.
That shit is for the
This motherfucking
birds, my
comedian,
brother.
comedian,
motherfucker will rob you with your
Pee-wee,
shit in your.
nigga said I had an auntie steal anything. She said, motherfucker, she don't steal, motherfucker steal shit that you don't know till you get ready to use it. Who the fuck took the hot water knob?
Damn, the knob for the hot water. I need a new hot water knob.
Yo, so she came there, she had a bird on her chest, like, doing this. Like, what's that? No, I ain't seen no bird. Yo, bird fucking
pigeon.
Shout out to Bay. We will be there for All-Star Weekend 2025. So.
Yeah.
Windows rolled down, nothing of value
So I think
in the
Tampa.
vehicles.
Oh, no, they stealing. No, listen. I think Tampa, of another city who has other sport teams, they got 3 other major sports.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's where Toronto went during COVID.
Hey, the WNBA, they're 2 new teams, right?
Yeah.
Where?
The Valkyries, I believe, in the Bay Area.
And what was the other one?
Toronto.
Toronto?
Correct, sir.
What's the name of that?
What I'm saying is they have
The Kendricks. No. No, I'm just kidding.
What I'm saying is, like, why? I don't understand why.
Toronto name not revealed yet.
The Louisville.
Why not? I mean, Louisville is a.
Because Louisville has Louisville. That's why.
But they do.
Yeah,
numbers.
but because where they play at is actual NBA arena.
Was that the KFC Yum Center or something?
They built for a W. They thought they was going to get a WNBA team, so they built an arena, 17,000 square feet. But that's why the girls team gets so many fans.
For Louisville.
For the Louisville girls basically run
I'm trying to.
that area. So
It says 22. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
22,000. I don't know what it is for actual game.
it's a fucking college girls team. The college girls and boys team. They have a 22,000 square foot.
Yeah, largest arena within a 400-mile radius.
Yep.
5th largest arena in the nation.
Damn.
Nashville.
Shout out Google.
Nashville. They need to move the Grizzlies to Nashville.
Nashville.
That would be dope.
Bigger, yeah.
Bigger cities, more people. They got other sports there already. Football, hockey,
Yeah.
right?
The chat likes Vegas.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
Seattle.
Of course.
Nice city. Reasonable deal. Vegas not what it used to be though.
No, they're gonna support, man. Like they thrive for sports. Every sporting event out there, like people supporting sports.
And there's been no scandals. There's been no scandals in none of the other sports, so that's good.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room now. Ton of parity at the top of the league. I think this will be the 6th straight season. The NBA will crown a different champion. But the bottom of the league is a high pack of mid. So this season there were 22 40-plus point blowouts compared to 11 last season. 7 50-point blowouts compared to only 1 last season. And including that is 2 60-point blowouts. Blazers were on the wrong side of both of them. With that in mind, is expansion the right move, or will diluting the product with more teams hurt the league?
Diluting.
Saying adding more teams, now you got more bottom feeders in theory.
Cause just imagine when they expanded, how bad them expansion teams was when they first came in, how long it took them to be relevant.
It actually wasn't as bad as, because what happens is you take, so the top team, so basically Denver, Dallas, right? So Denver, Dallas, Boston, who else? So they have 2 expansion teams. You can only protect, let's say they do it last time, they can only protect 8 players, right? So that means all those guys that's sitting there, that's who goes to expansion team, which means now they have, so more free agents would be put in.
It's better now than it was then.
It
Players are better.
But what happens is, in reality, it makes the top team stronger. So let's say Dallas, right? If Dallas gets to lose their bottom 8, who the fuck that is?
Bottom 4, right? Yeah.
Bottom 4. And then they get to go to free agency and add whoever they want.
They restricted though money.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that.
The way that shit is, yeah, they restricted.
Okay.
Unless there's some money that's on there. But then if they don't get drafted, they get to come back anyway. So the 2 teams, out of all the people that's there, only, which would be almost 100-some players. So like 100-some players, only 20-something gets drafted. Everybody got to go back. So it's not as diluted as you think.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think there was this thing in 2011 that was considered the word contraction. They wanted to contract the league. And in that statement is to make it smaller and put most of the big-time players on one roster like they were doing with the super teams. The super team rollout allowed the big players to all be on one team. And then they got rid of the mid-level exception, which then pushed out the middle guy, which you can have top players on one team and then low-budget role players that you don't have to pay on the back end. So to contract the league, you would have to cut out all of the small market teams, which means it was big market teams only. They put this out in the public in like 2012, right when the lockout ended, where they were basically pushing out the new salary cap expectations, which before they did the CBA, it was at like 51%. I think we ended up settling for.
No, we settled for 51.
Settled for 51, so I think it was 49. And then we settled for 51. But their expectation was 54. So when they put out 54, they pushed out this contraction word and they put out this theory of them Xing out small market teams: Indiana, New Orleans, Cleveland, OKC, Memphis, Washington, and Charlotte.
Washington, D.C., they're the 6th largest.
Yeah, they were, no, not Washington, Portland. Portland and Charlotte, all of them becoming a part of the G League, right? So the G League was an emerging force. They wanted all of those small market teams to mitigate those players who wouldn't have big contracts, put them under the G League, and put all the star players on big market teams. And then it would be like the NBA All-Star during the season. You got all big teams playing with all big players, and the league they thought would go up because they wanted to globalize too. So now what we're talking about is the watered down part of how many other teams are coming in, and then you have to go into the G League pool now to fill roster spots because now you're adding, 2 more teams? So if you already got teams being blown out like you're saying with those stats, what's going to happen when you add 2 more teams, and then you got to break up some of the stars that's on those teams that's been jumping ship to go to big teams so that they could team up to win championships? Now you got an opportunity to have your own team, but you don't want that because we already know that road and what that leads to. You're just going to be on the team, you're just going to be losing, and you're going to be stacking your points up. So now you just got to move in all the G League players and hope that potentially that these guys are going to play well.
No, but that's what I said. It's not actually like that. That's what I said. It's not how it seems. So, like, let's say Vegas and let's say Seattle has a team. So we're the 2 coaches, right? And we're picking our team. What ends up happening is everybody puts in 4 players off their roster, right? So the Bones, Highland, all of them are available. And then all we're doing is just going back and forth on who we're going to pick. So there's no G League players yet.
Right. And so you're only picking with what's available.
What's available from the
free agency.
No, not free agency.
No. The teams put their, like just say we on, all 4 of us on one team.
So Tim Hardaway Jr., all of them will be in there.
From the Vegas?
For Vegas and Seattle.
So Vegas and Seattle. So all teams are allowed to only protect 8 players. On their
8
roster.
players.
8 roster players are protected. The other ones get to go in this pool.
Yeah. Right, to be picked.
So it's like the big 3 shit.
But it's just like what I was just saying with contraction. Like you take care of your bigger players with big contracts, and everybody else can move around.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick from here, and then we still get free agents. Right, and we still get drafted.
Yeah, Vegas.
You don't have no stars.
Vegas,
not necessarily.
Vegas gonna be good.
No. So necessarily, what you're saying is you're right.
Unless somebody in free agency.
Somebody going to Vegas. Listen, somebody's going to Vegas.
No, but what you're saying is there's no. We won't have a star player.
Not the first year.
Whoever we pick is going to take on everyone. Like somebody like Scott Skiles. That's how Scott Skiles got his shit together.
Facts.
So we're going to be picking on who we think can be it. So like, all right, Hardy. Okay, I think he can be one of my.
Yeah.
So
who can hold us down for the year or 2?
And then from there is like, let's say we got 15 spots. We'll be like, all right, I'm going to take. How many draft picks I got? Okay, I got 3. So I'm going to take 8 players out of this pool, right? He say I might take 10, and then I can go for some free agents. And then my draft picks.
Yeah.
And then it's like next like that. So there's no real new talent or somebody just sitting there just coming on a team. These guys are all on the NBA. It's just these teams ain't got a star player.
It's kind of like how the Bobcats, when the Bobcats came on the scene, they didn't have no stars. They ended up getting like Emeka, Gerald Wallace. And then they ended up drafting like Felton and Brevin Knight ended up playing on. They didn't have no stars yet. And then it.
So whoever their draft pick is, if they can get a top, which they never give their ass a top draft pick.
Yeah. But then you'll get like Vegas, like I was saying before, somebody's going there.
Oh, yeah.
It's an attraction. Like a star player in the free agents, and after they are announced, they're going to Las Vegas.
Because they'll have the money. They'll have the ownership group that can pay.
It's just that whoever that first free agent is, that big one, that's going to be one of those things like you're going to be the man.
We can pay you.
Yeah.
We can pay you.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to come here and get paid for the
man?
year?
Everything we got around here.
No, they got the mayor of the city, the governor out there giving the girls 100 racks. Bruh.
Just cuz.
Just cuz.
So thank you for being girls.
Thank you for being athletic, and y'all, here you go.
Here you go. That's extra. Each one of y'all extra.
Like Ja Morant, his contract, has to be some.
Something didn't bit me.
Even Jalen Green, shit.
Well,
Yes, good for them.
Yeah.